I got interested in missions in elementary school and I went to a mission compound and got to hear the story from missionary pilots about what they did on the field.
When I was in high school, I was at a missions conference, and I felt that God was pulling on my heartstrings to really commit my life to missions.
My name is Ben Weber.
My name is Shree Weber.
And we, along with 6 of our 7 children, are headed to Rwanda to work with the Diocese of Gahini.
We met in college and got married shortly thereafter, and we thought that God was taking us to China. And so that was what we were working on the first few years of our marriage. But God shut all those doors, and he kept us here in the U.S., and we dove into ministry here in local churches for the past 14 years. But last year, we felt that God was doing something a little bit different, and we started praying and asking the Lord to show us what that next step would be. And last November, we met with Bishop Manasseh from Rwanda, and after hearing our hearts and hearing our story, he invited us to come to Rwanda to work with him in the Diocese of Gahini.
Rwanda has been described as a Christian country, but with over 50% of the population below the age of 25 and many of the youth walking away from the church, there is a huge need for discipleship. On our vision trip there this past May, we were able to go meet with several of the pastors at local churches. On one such occasion, after talking with the pastors, one of the Rwandan pastors stood up and asked who here would like to get saved, and 2 of the church leaders raised their hands. One had smoked and the other had drank alcohol this past week. They asked our dean, Dan Alger, if he would pray for the 2 men. But before Dan prayed, the Rwandan pastor told the 2 men that that this man of God is going to pray for you, and if either of you drink or smoke alcohol again, you're going to die. Dan looked at me and said he was not going to pray for that. But this underscores the great need for discipleship that they have at their churches. While they have a love of God and a desire to share what they know of him with their surrounding communities, the need for discipleship and theological training is huge.
So we are going to be going with the Society of Anglican Missionaries and Senders, or SAMS for short. And they're going to be our mission society and provide us with training and support to be successful on the field as missionaries. But we're also going to be going under the umbrella of Friends of Gahini. Friends of Gahini is a nonprofit organization that Bishop Alan Hawkins started about 10 years ago to form partnerships and sister church partnerships between churches here in the U.S. and churches in the Diocese of Gahini. There are 6 churches here in the U.S. that are partnered with the 6 archdeaconries in the Diocese of Gahini. And those partnerships and sister church relationships are being built to help the churches in the U.S. and the churches in Rwanda to mutually encourage and help each other as they each seek to reach out into their communities with the love of Christ. And so we are going to be the bridge between those churches and to help facilitate trips and the communication between the congregations so that those relationships can become stronger. Through those partnerships, we'll also be looking for ways to help bring resources to the Diocese of Gahini to help provide theological training for the pastors and bring discipleship tools that they can use to disciple their youth.
The long-term vision would be to see the Church in Rwanda no longer view itself as the mission field, but as equal partners in the Great Commission. We would love to see in the future years youth who have been raised up by the church being sent on the mission field to some of the closed countries around them with support from churches in North America.
If you have any questions or would like some more information about our ministry in Rwanda, we would love to have an opportunity to talk to you.